I know you, I can feel you with the green of soul. It's more than empty dreams and promises. It's not affecting me no more. When all I say to you is dead and gone, you won't be feeling me no more. I know you, I can feel you with the green of souls. When you're not looking at me, I feel so slow. When all those dreams are all our memories, it hurts not being alone at one. And thoughts of you just bring me down inside. I take it with the green of souls. I know you, I can feel you with the green of souls. When you're not looking at me, I feel so slow. What? Get your hands up! It's more than empty dreams and promises.
All right. Indeed. All right, it's good to see ya. All right. Welcome to the listening room, everyone. My name is Eddie Booz. I am your host, and today my guest is a soul and R&B singer from Long Beach, California, with a wonderful tone and sweet and smoky voice. She has quickly grasped the attention of the local music scene and is working on a slew of original music at the moment. We eagerly await her inaugural album later this year. A founder of a nonprofit organization, McLean Advocacy Group, which advocates for children with special needs, she is a staple of the local community in education and now entertainment. I am pleased to welcome to the show Miss Kim McLean, and as a performer, she's known as Phoenyx.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you.
Wonderful to see you today.
It's always good to see you, Eddie. Thank
Excellent,
you.
excellent. So I'm going to start off the show like I like to start off my day with a little bit of gratitude. So today I am so happy and grateful for the local music scene. I'm so happy and grateful
Ditto.
for the local music scene and what it's afforded me, the networking connections with so many amazing artists in the area, such as yourself, Mr. Crumb, Klepto K, James Key,
Yes.
a lot of the performers that I've had on the show.
Long Beach is fucking amazing. With the,
So good,
Yeah.
and just like packed with incredible performers. You know, Mike D.
There's amazing talent here.
You know, we lost Josh Fischel a few years ago. He was an incredible, singer-songwriter from right here in Long Beach as well, represented. I'm personally am very happy and grateful for the local music scene right here in Southern California. It's one of
As
the
am I.
best, and some of the best people in it as well. So today, that's my gratitude for today. And why don't you tell me something that you're happy and grateful for today, Phoenyx?
Well, that's easy. I'm actually happy and grateful for my kid. I've got like this musical mutant of a genius. That
Dude, she is.
She now is a he, by the way.
Okay.
And Camille, who is now Cameron, has perfect pitch and an amazing ear, and is just an amazing artist. And he or she or he, I love him just the same.
Sure, of course.
Incredible, amazing ears.
You're a mother.
I am.
You are gonna love her no matter what till the day.
No matter what.
You know.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cameron.
Cameron.
You know.
Yeah.
And
it's still weird for me because Cam came out during the quarantine.
Sure.
So, and it is like really fucking weird for me, but yeah, the same person.
Absolutely.
Exact same person, but
and,
just
and the amount of love is no different no matter what.
no different. It's very equal.
100%. Love it.
But incredible artist,
Incredible. I can attest to this as well. Actually, on a number of occasions, I've gotten the chance to jam with Cam and had like just this really amazing experience with harmonies. With her singing like harmonies and just picking out harmonies to stuff that was just like...
Cam is much better at harmonies than I am. My ear's nowhere near as in tune. Like, perfect pitch. I didn't even know what that was until like... Yeah.
So he actually does have perfect pitch then.
Perfect pitch. Yeah, you can play any music. He can pick out the note. You can tell him a note or a chord, and he can play it. And it's just
kidding.
It's ridiculous. I'm a little jealous.
I do remember putting him to the test on the Big Red Bus and playing some chords on the guitar.
Yeah.
And picked him out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that was pretty good. That's pretty good.
Cam's incredible. Yeah.
And how old is Cam?
Cam is 17. He'll be 18 in September.
Awesome.
Graduating high school this month. Yeah.
That's rad. And High School for the Arts?
High School for the Arts, Renaissance High School Performance of the Arts. Yeah.
Now, let's talk a little bit about your advocacy group. One of my first questions to you is how and why special needs? How did you get into special needs and why particularly special needs advocacy?
Super easy question. When Cam was 2 years old, I was told that Cam was autistic.
Okay.
And that he was never going to be able to be an independent person.
Okay.
And if anybody who knows anything about me knows that, like, that just fueled a fire in me. I started researching special education laws and biomedical interventions and
really
and I just started to figure out like what I could do to support and help. And now Cam had like a 4.2 GPA at a performance high school in general education classes. So
that's awesome. And that's actually where we met, actually, at Marshall Middle School, which was a school for the arts.
Right.
That Cam was actually attending at the time.
Right.
And the Arts and Enrichment Academy, my nonprofit organization, which does songwriting with kids and after-school programs, was running programs there. And I just happened to run into you in the office.
Yeah, I don't even remember
day.
how like we even started talking, but like it was just like it was something that was supposed to happen. Like
absolutely.
I think I heard you talking about music, and Cam was a music person. I'm a music person.
Yes,
and
we hit it off right then and there in the office. We exchanged numbers. We ended up talking a number of times, and I remember when that happened.
Holy shit, that was like three years ago, wasn't it?
I was a lot longer than 3
or 4.
No, it was a lot longer than 3 years ago.
Okay,
listen,
well,
we were running programs.
No, it
at
was
Marshall.
longer than 3 years ago.
It was like 7 years ago.
It wasn't 7 years
yes.
ago.
It was like maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Okay, so high school has been like 3 years, and I think when I met you, I think Cam was in the second year of middle school, so it's been like 5 years. I didn't realize I'd known you.
Right. So,
long.
but check this out. So when I met you, you weren't Phoenyx yet.
No.
You weren't singing on the level that you are. You were doing some karaoke. Is that correct?
I was doing a shitload of karaoke, but I was engrossed in advocating and making sure my kid needed what Cam needed for services, and just making sure that he was supported.
Did that advocacy spread out to more kids, or was it just focused on Cam for a while?
Well, the advocacy actually started a lot sooner than that, when I realized that I had a passion for making sure that Cam was comfortable and happy and supported and had the education that he needed. This was like, I think when Cam was like 3 years old. So this happened way before. I've just been building knowledge on top of that since the diagnosis.
On top of action.
Yeah. So like when I met you, I'd been like halfway through my advocacy path.
Nice.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
So you had already been doing it for a while.
I've been doing it for a while.
I love
it.
it.
Passion. Yeah. So like
I love it.
I just wanted to make sure that the families knew what their rights were, and
that was my next question: is what exactly is the advocacy? I mean, what do you do? How do you help families? How do you help families with children with special needs and children of all abilities?
So basically, what I am is kind of like my title's an advocate. And it basically is kind of a low-cost attorney that doesn't have the legal degree, but I'll go into like meetings and support kids at schools and help them get like assessments and goals and help them craft the contracts that the districts have to abide by.
Dig it.
To support the kids, to help them to be independent, and yeah.
I like that.
yeah.
So a lot of your focus was on making sure that stigma of these, some of these children will never be independent was actually stripped away from the initial diagnosis of autism, and just, hey, that's not an option here. We're gonna make it. We're gonna put, we're gonna give these kids the programs necessary to make sure that they have every opportunity and resource to become independent. As they move into adulthood.
And it's not just autism. I work with kids with all special education challenges. Like if a kid is visually impaired, hearing impaired, they've got fine motor issues, gross motor issues, they've got any kind of issues that impact their ability to access their education. I help them get access to the resources and the assessments to develop goals that drive the services that they need to support what helps them to become more independent and happy and to be able to access their education.
That's super great. So if I'm hearing you correctly, not only are you helping funnel the information, but you're actually becoming a hub for resources, and you're actually networking clients and people that you're advocating for, and families that you're advocating for, with the actual personnel needed and the actual administration needed to put them in the
to
place
to achieve what they need to achieve
absolutely
for their development
for their personal goals too.
But not only that, but I feel like I also provide support for parents and families, because one of the first things that I was told when my son, I'm sorry, it's new. When my son was diagnosed with autism, one of the things that I was told is that he was never going to be independent. He was never going to be an individual that could be able to take care of himself. And one of the things that I advocate for and try to educate families on is that regardless of the abilities, kids can get to where they need to get. They might have a different path. They might need different supports.
Right.
But they can be very, very successful. And you just have to figure out. You just need to figure out what supports they need.
Right, exactly. And I think a lot for me, because I've worked with a lot of kids of all abilities as well, special needs as well as general education. And to me, it really feels like every child needs to be supported in the things that they love, and they need to be exposed to a lot of different things so they can decide what they enjoy. Not just limitations put on a child because of a diagnosis. Like I have personally seen the craziest, incredible growth from kids with special needs through music. Now, there was a kid named Anthony, in very, very particular.
Preaching to the choir,
there was a kid named Anthony who was in one of my programs. Actually, Sabukwe Ramsey was on Wednesday, and he was actually running this program at Marshall Middle School. And I remember this kid's mother came up to me one day, and she pulls me aside, and she says, "Hey, what are you teaching in this program?" And I kind of took a step back. I was like, wait, did we do something wrong? And she was like, no. She was like, my son is coming out of a shell we never thought we would see him come out of. And I said, what do you mean? And she goes, he's fairly nonverbal, and she said that since he's been developing in the program, which is an 8-week program, and about halfway through the program, I was approached by Mom. So about 4 weeks in the program, so about 8 sessions in, 2 sessions a week, she comes to me and she tells me that he just asked her if he could DJ his cousin's birthday party. And
I love it.
Yeah, and not only did he ask, he did it. He followed through. He did it. And then he came to us 2 weeks later, and he says, because we have a big performance at the end of every session, he says, "I want to sing a solo in the performance."
What?
He came to us. We didn't say hey, we want you to step out of your comfort zone. He came to us. He was like, "I want to sing a solo," and he ended up playing the drum kit on 2 of the songs.
Yeah.
This kid was an amazing musician, and his social skills just blossomed with music.
Yeah.
We're just beyond expectation of what even his parents had for many years prior,
Right.
because
Right.
they didn't know that maybe they weren't aware that maybe exposing him to these
that
things,
artistic creativity,
could bring these things out.
And I have so much to say on that subject, and I'm not gonna go too much into it, but the arts are so what's the word? There needs to be done more with the arts.
Oh my God.
In the education system. The education education system, in my opinion, is a little bit broken in the sense that we have this one size fits all for all kids.
Sure, right.
So
not every kid learns the same. Right, exactly.
Thank you. So my perspective is, some of us are auditory learners, some of us are visual learners,
right.
Some of us are tactile learners.
That's right.
So like, if we compartmentalize, or that's not the right word, if we individualize the educational system to cater to how a student learns. I'll take myself for example. I'm not really good with auditory.
Okay.
Like I was in school and I was considered a GATE student, gifted and talented, but I struggled with auditory information. I was better with visual or tactile, like the hands-on. But with the special needs population, I think that many of them thrive with arts, and not just music, drama.
Sure.
With my son specifically, drama helped with like perspective taking and reading and being able to express things, you know, that maybe he didn't necessarily was able to present otherwise. So
sure.
I think the arts is really a beneficial thing for the special needs community.
It's huge. It's absolutely huge. You know, I have this idea because I feel that with special needs, general education, no matter what, across the board, I find that there's a blanketed learning curve. It's engagement.
Yeah.
It's engagement. It's not being lectured. It's being able to actually have and if there is going to be some sort of discussion, it should be group discussion guided by someone, so everybody's ideas are coming out.
Yeah,
you know, then you can guide it in a way that you guide the lesson through that, or engaging in actual in like engagement. Like, okay, for instance, I have an idea for a school. Like, I would like to open a charter school someday that runs a 4-hour school day, and we do 2 subjects per period. So we would incorporate all of our general electives into our actual electives. So we would incorporate our general education into the electives. So, for instance, you could take math that semester through cooking or music or painting or whatever it is, and then the teacher would incorporate your mathematical learning for that semester into those actual things that you would like to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, you want to take cooking, you're going to learn math through measurements this semester. You know, you're going to learn cooking and weight. You're going to learn ratios. You're going to learn things like this. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, and I agree with you. But as a layer to that, what I think is important when you have a school, that you really need to evaluate the students' strengths and how they learn. So, like, if you're giving that curriculum,
why you're giving an option to the things they enjoy.
Yes, if you give them the curriculum on what they enjoy, but you also need to figure out, do they learn better with the visual presentation or
absolutely.
The auditory presentation or the hands-on.
Sure,
you know?
and that's a really good point, actually, and there's something that can be said for that, actually, and I actually think that actually should be taken into account, and maybe going into that actually provides me with like a little bit of an idea here, like the fact that you say that, like maybe even going into a school like what I was saying, maybe there should be an assessment period of a counselor saying, you know what, the student is a visual learner, so we suggest and recommend these classes to get through to your learning style better.
Yep.
And we offer all these different types of learning, but they're engaged. And you tell me that a kid is gonna process information by sitting in a chair for 8 hours in a day. Most adults can't sit at a cubicle, you know, and stay still or have a productive day doing that. What makes them expect?
I'm distracted now.
A 6-year-old is going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So we cut the days in half. We give them 4-hour days of 4 classes a day of electives they absolutely enjoy.
Yeah.
and
or even shorter than that, like 2 hours,
dude,
with
and
a
then
break, and then another 2 hours,
and then geared towards their learning style, which we were talking about, assessing.
Yep.
Dude, there's so many. Here's the point. I think really the point of this conversation really is leading to me really understanding something is that there are options.
Yeah.
There are ways to approach this.
What aggravates me is that we have this educational system which is literally a one size fits all for all people.
Right.
And you have these kids that are considered to be like they don't want to learn, or they're not motivated, and that's bullshit. It's not that they don't want to learn, that they're not motivated. It's that one, there's not the curriculum involved to motivate them, but two, you're not catering to their learning style.
There's a lot of aspects to it, and I think you're right on both of those. And I think even to add to that, to be honest with you, I think even to take that a step further, I've also been very, very privy to seeing it in real time, because before I was running my own nonprofit organization, I was the site director for many nonprofit organizations in Long Beach, California. In fact, I was the site director at Hamilton Middle School, which is the feeder school for Jordan High School in North Long Beach, California. We had 330 kids in our program that year, and I think as far as my knowledge, we had the most kids in the country at that school that year. And I remember there were multiple kids that throughout that year that I saw that had behavioral issues see, here was the thing. When I first started in education, I didn't understand that incentive behavioral, attention is far better than disciplinary behavioral attention.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you give them, you show them that you need them for something. You show them that they do good, they get
There's
good.
a reinforcement.
There's a positive reinforcement instead of a negative
system,
reinforcement.
yeah.
That's
positive
number one.
reinforcement is a lot more stronger
But, dude,
than a. And this is actually something that's proven. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're right.
There's actually data that shows this positive reinforcement is a lot more effective than punishment.
You're absolutely. It's apparent.
Yeah.
It's actually apparent.
Yeah.
And I believe that scientific data is out there. I would definitely love to see it. But even on top of that, I found something that actually is so effective to me, and I've seen it turn kids around. I mean, I've seen it turn kids from having very, very difficult behavioral issues into extremely productive students that guided other students into a positive path.
Yeah.
For instance, there was this one girl at the school who was when I very first started there who wasn't digging the program, wasn't digging that her mom made her be there, and I asked her one day if she would help me. Very simply, I was like, "Hey, would you do me a favor and help me pass out the books to all the students, because the students would come in the cafeteria for their books for homework help, and for this particular school." And I asked her, "Hey, would you stay back and be my assistant for the day and be in the cafeteria with assistant site director and pass out the books?" So her and my assistant site director would sit in the cafeteria together and they would pass out the books. And I heard her out there the very first day. "Mr. Eddie wants those clean. Make sure that stays clean." And she would go over and make sure the books were clean, and she was making very absolute sure. Once she realized that somebody needed her for something and that I trusted her,
yeah,
she became literally a whole nother person. It was the craziest thing.
And it's interesting that you say that, because I feel like the students that would have special needs, they have extraordinary needs is what I like to say.
Sure.
It's different needs. People underestimate them so frequently.
I agree 100%.
When my kid was diagnosed, they said that Cam was never going to be independent, was never going to be able to lead an independent life or do anything on his own. And this is a kid that went from banging his head up against poles and spitting on other kids, having really weird behavioral issues, to now "Mom, are you okay? Can I get you some coffee?" Like 4.2 GPA, composes music, does some incredible shit that kids his age doesn't typically do. So if you give them some confidence and support and belief on their abilities, it just propels them.
Totally.
So, but I did want to clarify something, because we talked about autism advocacy. I do advocate for children not just with autism,
Of course.
visually impaired, hearing impaired,
right? All disabilities, all abilities,
all abilities,
all abilities.
Because so
I love that, and I'm glad you made the clarification. But I think that was I think that was pretty clear. I think people understand that you're not out there, only advocating for one group. Yeah,
it's not just autism specific, but
you're doing it.
Yeah,
you're doing it big.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. So I gotta ask you. So this is something I'm gonna transition into music here for a quick second, and I gotta ask you something.
Cool.
This is a really, really important question to me, because, and I'm sure to a lot of artists out there, they want to know, how do you get big fast? And my question to you is this. I played with you on your third show that you had ever played, and it was at the Aurora Theater here in Lakewood, California, and it was a 40-seat theater that was $20 a ticket, and you sold the place out. It was standing room only by the end of the night. How did you garner your following so fast?
I actually don't know how to answer that question. What I can tell you is I've been an artist my entire life. Like, okay. I remember going to family gatherings and dancing and performing for my family, just because I just like to perform and make people smile and make them happy.
Sure.
I've kind of resisted the artistry because almost everybody in my family aren't artists, and I saw like a lot of crappy stuff that comes along with it. The things that people think about that comes with being an artist. However, most of my adult life I've been advocating for Cam and
Sure.
trying to make sure that Cam was cool and supported and independent. But after when we got to the point where Cam was like, I got this, and I was like, yeah, Cam's got this, I started doing a lot of open mics, and
okay.
people just appreciated what I was doing. And to answer your question, if I can, the best way I can, I feel like I really just have fun with what I'm doing. I really enjoy the artistry. I'm not trying to be famous. I'm not trying to be like the next superstar. I love fucking music. I love what I do. I have talent, obviously, but I think that people, when they see me perform, they see me I'm not trying to make shit perfect. I'm just trying to give you a show and make you smile.
Have fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Provide a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having a good time. The audience is having a good time, and from that, it's propelled. The momentum is crazy.
Love it.
We did our first show a little over a year ago at the Executive Suite in Long Beach, and that was with a friend of mine. And
you did your first show at the Executive Suites, and that show was sold out, wasn't it?
That show was sold out. It was crazy.
Do you think you garnered that following from doing karaoke?
I think I garner that karaoke, that following from doing karaoke, and the interactions I have with people. I have really good interaction with people.
Sure. Well, that's apparent by who you've played with before. It's crazy. It's weird. I think of all the times I've seen you play since you started playing as a solo artist, and I think to myself, I'm like, there's such an array of different musicians that you played with. You absolutely have this very magnetic personality that you definitely get along with everyone.
I get along with everybody, and I've been fortunate to be able to engage with some very, very talented artists that have been able to.
What are you saying? Me? I'm talented.
I'm talking about you.
Oh,
Eddie.
you're the sweetest.
Talking about
I
you.
appreciate you.
I've been able to engage with some very, very talented artists who also appreciate. There's a mutual appreciation for the craft.
Of course.
And then when we do stuff together, it just kind of platforms into other stuff.
Right.
To be able to do stuff. I think the first time that you and I met, I can't remember the first time we ever did anything together, but you talked to me about Chad Bishop.
Yes. And
with Chad, I went to go see one of his shows on a street show, and for meeting with Chad, he had me meet him over at the open mic on Ocean Boulevard, and I met a slew of amazing people. Right. Over there, and it's I
remember that night, actually. I remember I was supposed to go to that, but I had a show.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to see Chad play too, but I was playing and I couldn't go.
You're always playing.
Chad's awesome, by the way. I'm going to have Chad on the show soon.
He's all right.
If you're watching, Chad.
You're all right.
I'm coming for you, bro.
You're okay.
You're going to be on the show. Season 2.
But meeting you and then meeting Chad through you,
Sure.
and then meeting all these other people through Chad, like I appreciate what they did and they appreciate what I did, and it was just like this momentum that just happened.
Absolutely. And you never kind of got off that momentum. You just kind of kept on it and kept on it and kept on it. You know,
my brother said something interesting to me, because I literally, everybody in my family are artists, whether they're visual artists, they're singers, or they play instruments. And my brother was like, "You're like the most successful artist in our family, and you're not even, not that I'm not trying," but he was like, it's crazy, you know. So,
but that's what he, you know, he's,
that's his perspective.
Right,
like
of course.
I just feel like,
but even you said that you're not trying to be this musical success. You're just doing it for the fun of it,
the music.
because you enjoy it.
I love the music. I love getting on stage.
I think a lot of artists are that way.
Yeah,
you know.
And honestly, like musically, my friends, they get mad at me when I say that, but I feel like I'm musically ignorant. Like I don't know theory. I'm learning theory.
I don't know theory. I write music for film and television. I don't know how to read music.
Bullshit.
No, don't know how to read music.
Okay, so that gives me a little
You're
hope.
good. Don't trip. You're good.
I don't know theory.
You know?
I don't know what you're talking about when you read chords or transitioning or.
Well, I know what chords are and things like that,
So
but I don't know how to read music on a
me,
scale.
but like, all I have is my
You're
ear.
good.
All
You're
I have is
good.
my ear and the feeling, the presentation of
Sure.
what I feel. But it works.
And
People
your
like it.
determination,
and my
your
determination.
drive.
That is one thing I can say that I have.
You know, and to be honest with you, there's a certain amount of discipline involved with cultivating a raw skill. So you may have had a raw talent for singing, you know, when you were doing karaoke. But the fact of the matter is that you were actually disciplined enough to sit down, start writing some songs, practice singing in your house, like actually develop the skill and cultivate the skill into something that you actually love to do and love to bring your art to other people. You see what I'm saying? That's a discipline. That in itself is a practiced art and a skill.
And since you bring that up, I will say that I'm a little OCD about stuff. So when I'm really passionate, like the advocacy and the music, I get stuff in my mind on what I want to do, and I'm kind of like a machine. So like I'll start like messaging venues, sending them videos, and when people see it and they like it, and that kind of helps the momentum go on.
Right.
So I think that's one of the biggest thing, because I've got friends that are like super talented, but as artists we're a little flaky and flighty, so sometimes we get distracted about shit.
Well, I find that a lot of artists are so embedded in the creation of their art that that a lot of other things fall by the wayside, like releasing it. Or marketing it, or booking yourself, or whatever it may be that may actually help get your art out to as many people
to a different level.
They just don't know how to do that, because artists are artists. They're not necessarily business people. They're not marketing minded.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
So
that's where you need to branch out, ask for help. To reach out to your friends that have social media skills,
have a different skill set than you have.
Ask for help.
So that's another thing I can say. I worked for years in corporate and administrative. So I have a very logistical, administrative, organized mind. But then I have also the artistry mind. So I think the mesh of those two really help propel what I've been doing.
Sure, I think
like I'm creative, and I'll be up at like 3 o'clock in the morning drinking, and I'll write 3 songs, but the next day I'm like promoting or sending out messages for, and looking for
you're already getting it going. You're already making things happen with those songs the next day. It's because you ride a wave of excitement, and I think there's a lot to be said for that. And in practicing gratitude itself, and being a person who is conscious of the fact that my thoughts create my reality.
Absolutely.
Me being aware of that, I'm completely in agreement with you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So but yeah, no, absolutely. And I had a question for you, Kim, and I wanted to know how you actually got started in music in general. Because you were an advocate, like, have you always loved singing? Were you a singer before this?
I've been singing since I was probably 3 years old.
Okay.
And like I said, I was kind of turned off from like even delving into the arena because of, like, my grandfather was a blues singer, my grandmother was a singer, my mom, both my parents were singers.
Kidding.
My brother brother sings, my kid sings, like everybody
sings in the family.
But there were things that I saw that were associated that I didn't want for my
Sure.
life.
Any performers in the family? Not just singers, any performers?
My grandfather was a blues singer. He performed
Serious
quite
performer?
a bit. Yeah,
Awesome.
He actually had some vinyls.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's super
Alan
cool.
Knight. His stage name was Alan Knight.
I love it.
Yeah, the official professional stuff happened a little over a year ago when I felt like I could step back away from advocating so hard for my kid.
Right.
And that's when I started doing open mics a little harder. I was doing karaoke
Gotcha.
like stupid, and people just started getting interested in what I was doing.
Sure.
And
you started riding a wave of excitement like we were talking about, and you started actually feeling this continuous constant.
I got
and
more
that's what we were
confident. I felt like I could actually.
I mean, that's what we were talking about a little bit ago, and that's kind of the point I was trying to make here, was that you never kind of let. I'm going to come back to something. I'm going to bring this full circle here, but you kind of never let anything get in your way of this.
Oh, I never let
of this
anything get in my
trajectory.
way.
You know,
No,
but
no.
you were. See, the thing was is that you were riding a positivity. You never had this thought of like, oh, when is the other foot going to fall, and when is the bad stuff going to happen? You were
No.
just like, every time I talked to you, you were just like, hey, I'm super stoked that I'm playing the Mint. Hey, I'm super stoked come to this show. Hey, I'm super stoked I just wrote these 2 songs. Hey, I'm super stoked. Blah blah blah. You
I'm
know, it's
sorry,
like
did I
no,
text
no,
you
that's
too
a
much?
solid positive, because that's the best thing, because you riding this wave of positivity is you staying consciously in this consciousness of abundance of like, okay, it's all happening, it's here, it's here, it's
Yeah,
here,
it's
and you're never
happening.
stepping out of that.
No.
Including, I'm going to ask you a question now. I want you to get real with me. How'd you get your name?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Where'd it come from?
Phoenix is I actually almost called my kid Phoenix, because it's just been an entity, the firebird that rebirths from adversity over and over again, out of whatever, and that was a name that I was thinking about naming my kid, and her dad didn't agree, but I've been through a lot of shit, like most of us have, like a lot of adversity, a lot of life trials. And before my first show, I was involved in a relationship that kind of broke me. Like, and I've talked to you about this. Yeah. Like, it literally, I was on the couch and people were bringing food over because I couldn't even get up to like go get groceries to feed my kid.
I understand.
And a friend of mine was like, you know, I talked to them about like the show and like me doing the music, and my friend was like, if you're gonna be the Phoenix, I brought up the Phoenix and how I felt like the Phoenix, just rebirthing myself over and over again, you know. And they were like, if you're going to be the Phoenix, you just have to really embrace it. And that's kind of where it came out of. It was just like, it's just a manifestation of me coming out stronger every single time of like a lot of messed up things that I've dealt with. And brilliant.
I love it.
And fiery. And
I love it.
Yeah, so that's basically what that is.
You brought yourself, you know, because when I met you, you were Kim McLean.
Yeah.
You know, when I met you, you were Kim McLean, the singer. You know, and after this, you know, trial in your life, which it definitely was.
Yeah.
You came out of it stronger. You came out of it as, you know, who you know yourself to be now as the Phoenix.
Yeah, the Phoenix is definitely an entity, and that it's actually weird when people call me Kim now, because I don't even really feel that's who I am anymore. Phoenix is just a rebirth over and over, like regardless of what comes at me.
Yeah.
It could be messed up. It could be, you know, just take me all the way down, but I always come out, and I always come out stronger.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you know, not only that, but like I said, I was going to bring this around full circle. You never let any of that stuff that quote broke you, you didn't let any of that stop the direction of the path of your goals.
No.
You'd never let it get in the way of your successful mindset, of your mindset of, I can do this.
No, and I can't remember the name. There's I think it's a Chinese vase that, like, when it's broken, it's repaired with like gold inlay that makes it a little bit more distinct and beautiful. But it reminds me of that. Like, I may have been broken, but when I come back together, there's an additional level of beauty that's inlaid there, you know. And Chad actually made a comment to me, which I felt was very complimentary, about like me doing the music and working with people. Even like if musicians fall off, I still have this trajectory.
Of course.
So like
you're not reliant on any one
no,
person.
I'm still gonna
or
do
anyone
what I'm
external.
doing.
Right.
Yeah, regardless.
You
So.
know, that's something to be said about that in life in general. The fact that you're on this path and that you're not, and that it's not reliant. Your goals, your direction, your path is not reliant on any external entity or any one person's presence or anything that might be outside of you.
Not at all. And what I've realized is that even though I've kind of shied away from the musicianship because of things that I've saw, it's who I am. It's part of who I am, and I'm so much happier now than I've ever been doing music and performing and bringing smiles to people. And I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. In addition to the advocacy, there's passion involved in both.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to stop either, regardless of what's happening on the outside or whoever's involved. It's just going to keep going. So
I love that. You guys, stick around. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with a live musical performance by Phoenyx and Fire.
yes.
First, Bucket Man. That was the jam, bro. I loved it, dude. Hey, I love. That was the jam, bro. I loved it, dude.
Call me the bucket man.
Hey, I love. That was the jam, bro. I loved it, dude.
Call me the bucket man.
Hey, I love. Ladies and gentlemen, Phoenix and Fire.
It home to the side, wrap me up, ain't nowhere to hide. You took your time to spend your lives knowing how these insects fly, buzzing around for a place to find, so you can strike before I die. I'm helpless, I'm hopeless, I'm trapped, desperate to be free. You called me, you got me, so now what you plan to do with me? I'm helpless, hopeless, trapped, desperate to be free. I'm over here, stuck in you, knowing you ain't the thing to do. I'm caught up in your crazy mess, biding my time, trying not to be helpless. I'm hopeless, I'm trapped, desperate to be free. You caught me, you got me, so now what you plan to do with me, baby? I'm so helpless, hopeless, trapped, desperate to be free. you caught me, you got me. So now what you plan to do with me, baby? I'm so helpless, hopeless, trapped, desperate to be free. Desperate to be free. I'm caught up in you, baby, but you're killing me, yeah. Desperate to be free. Desperate to be free. Yeah. That's Trapped. It's an original song. This next one is called Just Me. Within my reach, within my grasp, I realize it's just mine, it's just me, nobody a little understanding, a little peace, a presence unconditionally, no questions, no reasons, no fear. It's just me. It's just me. It's just me. Just me. Understand why my frustration is so high, my anger, she flies, my nerves, my mind drain me to drag me to cry. Dare I say, makes me feel like I wanna fly. just me. Can't you see? Scotty Salmon on piano, y'all. It's just me. It's just me. Just me. Can't you see? It's just me. It's just me, hey, just me. Can't you see? Yes. Nice. Thank you. This next one is Dark Night of the Soul. And this is a Scotty Salmon tune.
C minor funk. Thank you. So, yeah.
Darkness of my night, in the flicker of my light, when the well runs dry and my soul fire dies, that's where the light creeps in for the healing within. In the darkness of my night, thoughts are born and perish in the night. When my soul takes flight in the beam of light, sometimes I feel like shattered, broken glass, and I gave you the best of me with my soul and my sensitivity. Would you do the same for me? Yeah, yeah. In the darkness of my night, in the flicker of my light, when my well runs dry and my soul fire dies, where the light creeps in from the healing within, in the darkness of my night, that's a born perish in the night, and my soul takes flight in the beam of light. Sometimes I feel like shattered broken glass, and I gave you the best of me, and my soul and my sensitivity do the same for me. Yay. Woo. Cool. That was a Dark Night of the Soul, aka Best of Me by Scotty Salmon, and this next one is Waltz for Neen.
This one's for you, Janine. This is Waltz for Neen. Yep. Play that for her. She'll finally listen to me.
Has its seasons. I'm in a down swing. There are so many reasons, like the stars, the sun is only the sun is only setting, but the sun can't love the moon, having their own place in the sky, can't be high at the same time, shining bright. Your day's your night. Your day is your night. Common sight, no common sight, down in the sky, high, birds flying high, birds flying high, only to rise again. That one was the Waltz for Neen. Thank you. Scotty wrote the music on that. I did the lyrics, but that's one of our favorites. So this next one we're doing is a recent original, couple weeks old, Better Than I. Put myself back together again. I've had my broken heart more than I care to say that I've been broken down, down and out, full of doubt. But here and now, hear my vow, I swear somehow I'll be better than I was. Better than I was. Now I'm feeling some kind of way just because I'm alone in my home, gauntlet thrown to change my tone, start anew with a few creative Jews. Says, don't need a muse, me and me surpass the tragedy. She's back on her feet, 'cause been broken down, down and out, full of doubt. But here and now, hear my vow, I swear somehow be better than I was. Better than I was. Better than I, better than I. Better than I, 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 better than better than 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 better than I. Better than I, 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 better than I was. Cool, cool, cool. All right, this next one is a cover. It's by Girl Ultra. It's called Dame Love. And it's one of my favorite covers to do, and hope you enjoy it as much as we do. More feelings always come and go. Si lo tienes, dámelo, dámelo. I won't tell you twice or more. Feelings always come and go. Si lo tienes, dámelo, dámelo, dámelo. There's something about you, something. There's something. There's something about you, something. There's something. Esperando tanto tiempo para ser más que amigos, no miento. Sentada en la sala contigo, buscando el momento preciso, tan cerca pero tan lejos. Ya quiero rozar tu cuerpo, tu cara contra mi pecho, el humo flotando denso. I won't tell you twice or more. Feelings always come and go. Si lo tienes, dámelo, dámelo, dámelo. I won't tell you twice or more. Feelings always come and go. Dámelo, dámelo. There's something about you, something. There's something. There's something about you, something. There's something. Ooh, I, ooh, I, ooh, I. Ooh, I, ooh, I, ooh, ooh, ooh. Who are you? What are you making me feel like I'm walking on clouds? And so I've been feeling so alone, and I know that I want you back. Tan cerca pero tan lejos, ya quiero rozar tu cuerpo, tu cara contra mi pecho, el humo flotando denso. I won't tell you twice or more. Feelings always come and go, yeah. Si lo tienes, dámelo, huh? Dámelo. I won't tell you twice or more. Feelings always come and go. Si lo tienes, dámelo, yeah. There's something about you, babe. There's something about you. There's something about you. There's something. Dámelo. 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 Dame. There's something about you. Woo! Yep. All right. So we got something for the times now. This is for what it's worth.
Oh yeah, that's for the time.
It's for the times. perfectly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. This battle line's being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds, catching so much resistance from behind. You need to stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and carrying signs, mostly saying hooray from our side. You better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Yeah. Yeah, what's going down, babe? Paranoia strikes deep into your life. It will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, the man come and take you where you better stop. Children, what's that sound? Well, everybody look what's going. You better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We gotta stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We gotta stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Whew.
Last one in smoke.
Yeah, so this last one, this is also an original, and we saved this one for the last because it tends to be everybody's favorite. Yeah, so this is Smoke.
I'll do the bass line. You just kill it on that third thing.
Every one, I'm free. All right.
Yeah.
Hey. You're just like smoke, coming out as quickly as you go. Beautiful ballet, you dance in front of me like a billow cloud. Appear as quickly as you leave. Breathe out, breathe out. Take you in, you stick around, but I gotta put you down, you're bad for my health. As long as I take you in, you stick around, but I gotta put you down, you're bad for my health. As long as I take you in, you stick around, but I gotta put you down. You're bad for my health. This is where we break it down now. Boom, 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 boom. You're just like smoke. You're addictive, and I want you every day. But I immediately pay. So quick, so fast. Got some hits. Long-term effects gonna be worse. Gonna be worse. Yes, they are. Get out of my system. Get out of my system. Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, oh, 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 yeah. As long as I take you in, stick around. But I gotta put you down. You're bad for my health. As long as I take you in, you stick around, babe. But I gotta put you down. Bad for my health. As long as I take you in, you stick around. But I gotta put you down. Bad for my health. This is where we break it down now. Bum, 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 bum. Put you down, you're bad for my health. Yes, you are now. As long as I take you in, you stick around, babe. But I gotta put you down, bad for my health. As long as I take you in, you stick around. But I gotta put you down, bad for my health. Break it down 3 more times now. Bong, 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 just like smoke. Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together at home for Phoenyx and Fire. Thank you guys so much for joining us in the listening room tonight, and a special thank you to my guests tonight, Phoenyx and Fire. Phoenyx, you're awesome tonight.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Thanks
Please
for having us.
Absolutely, anytime. In fact, please join us next Friday night at 6:30 for the official season finale of The Listening Room. We will have Phoenyx back along with Dave Burns and Crumb and Ukebox Heroes, as well as Klepto K. So join us next Friday night for a night full of music starting at 6:30 right here on The Listening Room, you guys. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you all. Love you all. Thanks for being a part of the listening room tonight. My name is Eddie Booze. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications, and give the video a like. We'll see you guys every Monday through Friday right here at 6:30. Take care.